Can you tell us more about cyberbullying, please?
Internet has its own trap. Children could be a massive victim. We have seen a lot of parents without even awareness giving their gadgets to children. They allow children to use social media platforms like Instagram. The moment you are connected to internet, it's never a private thing. It's always a public platform. Still, after doing all these things, you should not expect a cybersecurity professional to say that give us 10 tips to ensure our child is secure.
Welcome to Parent Club by Tale Tellers Junior. Here we give a lot of information about by specialists from various fields which will make all of our parenting journey easy. So if you wish to get this information, I don't think you need to miss this out. So please join our community. The link has been mentioned below and you can get to hear all kinds of information that will make your parenting journey, all of our parenting journey, very smooth. All our videos are all small size, but if you do not have time to watch the entire thing, we have an option for you. You can just leave a comment in the comment box saying cyberbullying in children and we will send you a PDF of all the information we give here. In case you're seeing us for the first time, let me tell you, we are a community of parents where we network, we give information, we conduct webinars so that we all can grow together. Join our community today. All our videos are done with experts in the field so that we get the best information at our fingertips. So as usual, we have a special guest with us today. His name is Nandakishore Harikumar. He is the founder and CEO of a company called Technisand, and they look into cyber security. Let's ask him more about him and the company.
Hi. We are a cybersecurity startup. We are based out of Cochin, having an office in Bangalore. We are into cybersecurity industry since last 3 years. I have a cybersecurity experience of last 6 to 7 years. We are into a specific area in cybersecurity where we do external digital risk monitoring, like exposures of your credentials, exposures of your internal networks, or like any exposures that an organization can have. This is what we exactly monitor, posture it, process it, and compile it into a risk form or a risk monitoring form, and we give it to our customer in a dashboard base. We are a pure SaaS company. We have been working with some of India's major edutech startups, major like let's say industrial groups, and also some big like family business houses.
Great. Cyberbullying is a threat which is faced by every 1 out of 10 child in India. Can you tell us more about cyberbullying, please?
See, like last 1.5 years, we have witnessed a huge growth in digital activities. Before the COVID era, we could even say that the parents do not have to give a gadget to the child. We could block them from using. But since the COVID era, the digitalization has been on high, and like every child needs to have a gadget, because and their school has moved into like let's say your phones, your tablets, your computer. Now you don't have any other choice. You have to be online, or you have to be digitally connected. I don't believe that that's a bad thing to do, but internet has its own trap. There are a lot of traps which you could come across, and children could be a massive victim, because we have seen that we have seen a lot of parents without even awareness giving their gadgets to children. Like let's say they allow children to use social media platforms, they allow children to start accounts in platforms like Instagram. So that is a major threat. So the moment you are in internet, you are compromising many of your things. Like the moment you are connected to internet, it's never a private thing, it's always a public platform. You leak some of your identity, you leak some of your like let's say some of your internal information. Like for example, there is a possibility that the children could leak the phone numbers, the children could leak the email address. So potentially all these things can be harvested by a cyber criminal. There is a huge possibility for this, and this has been happening since a long time. Since digitalization has happened to children, it is on rise in that area too. So there are probability that cyberbullying can be either some kind of a fake accounts that has been created in the name of children. They can be a follow of some spams or scams that happen online. We have been seeing a lot of children investing money in games, and whatever they see online. And there is another big issue with us. We have connected our payment system to many of our gadgets. So it's easy for children to get OTPs, or it's easy for them to do an authentication and then directly go into these platforms and purchase things. And in internet there is a normal phenomenon which many of them believes that whatever you see in internet are right or it's genuine. It's not like that. It's not necessary that even an article published in Wikipedia, it's not necessary that it's 100% factual. It can be an opinion, or it can be based on some evidence what you provide. So it's not necessary whatever you see in internet should not be a credible thing. We have to really go deeper into that, assess, and then do an action, or maybe take an action. So another possibility is that they could be a victim of phishing attack. If someone forces them saying that I can give you a comic book, there is a possibility that they will give your name, address, phone number, even enter your card details, and they can just, a hacker or like let's say the cyber criminal could just access this data, and potentially they could be a victim. They will only come to know about this when someone exploit this information what they take. So from a parent, from a student's perspective, from a kid's perspective, even it can even bring a threat to his parents too. So when a cyber criminal monitors someone's profile, it should not be necessary that it's to just attack that person. It can be the parents too.
So what is it that a parent can do to control cyberbullying?
The issue is that there is no single solution. The first thing what we always advise is to have awareness. So you should not just believe everything what you see. You have to be very clear. Like let's say if you are getting a link, you have to observe and see whether it's a genuine link. There can be some solutions, like let's say there are some tools which can be used, but much before that, it's to ensure that you are clicking on the right thing. You have to be you have to be very much aware about these things. So that is one thing what we always advise. Unless you have an awareness, you cannot. There is no meaning in using some tools. So like most of the computers do have antivirus solutions or malware protectors, but still the systems get affected because we lack awareness. And most of the cyber crime, or like let's say most of the issues that happen in cyber security is just because of the lack of awareness and because of lack of human intelligence. It's due to human error only. So even in a big company where a lot of cybersecurity protocols are there, due to a weak employee, there is a huge possibility that the cybersecurity measures can be sabotaged. So when it comes to parents, they may not be aware, they may not be from a big techie background, but ensure that you have to be so sure that the child is using the gadget you are providing only for these kind of use what they have. In most cases, there is a possibility that the parents will leave gadgets and all these kind of computers unattended. Ensure that in most of those emails or like let's say wherever you can put double factor authentications, just put that authentications. And it's not necessary that for small kids you need to give them the passwords. The parents should take that effort to go each time and enter password. We feel that these are all an easy things and we just leave passwords. I know people who write their debit card or credit card numbers on a paper and keep it themselves so that they don't have to always look the credit card again and again. So there are people who just store the credit card numbers on a plain text document format. So similarly, I know people who stick their passwords on their computer. So these kind of activities are just making your child more vulnerable. So it's your responsibility to ensure that your child is not vulnerable. So ensure that every time, like we know, it's so simple. Like we know we leave our children to go out and play, every half an hour you may ensure that the child is still there, right? Or like let's say if he is getting into a room, we will ensure that the room is properly locked. If he is coming back to home, we will ensure that the child is. So similarly, you won't leave your key somewhere saying that okay, anyone can open or anyone can close it. So similarly in internet also you have to take precautions. Considering it's internet and it has that access of being ease, it's not necessary that we have to leave it ease. I know parents who will leave since the child keep on disturbing them while they watch a Netflix series or while they are busy with their work. They leave a gadget. They have a child gadget which they can use. And the moment the child cries, they leave the gadget to the child. So still After doing all these things, you should not expect a cybersecurity professional to say that give us 10 tips to ensure our child is secure. In most cases, they are not ready to follow the 9 steps. They will only follow the last steps where they have to install an app to monitor their child. So it won't work. It has to be both technical as well as you need to have your human intelligence. You need to have a bit of care while handling these gadgets.
Thank you so much for joining us today. That was a very enlightening information that whatever you've given us, we were able to relate. Let's keep our children safe even inside our homes.